Hello! I'm finally back with another episode of a YouTube because life has been getting in the way and I finally have a couple of minutes to film something. I thought I'd talk a little bit about my journey because this seems to be like a question that keeps coming up. How I've gotten here, how I got the courage to do what I'm doing. Honestly, I wish I knew. I was journaling about that today. I'm like, I have no freaking idea how I did that. It was really hard. Where do I even start? I was in Canada for the last 9 years. I was doing product design. I was in tech, but I really, really didn't like the job. In the beginning, I enjoyed it because it paid really well, but money can get you that far in life. It's really hard once you start feeling absolutely on the inside, and that's how I felt in the last years of my job. In 2024 it has peaked, and somehow a lot of things in my life just started falling apart. I hated my job. I had apathy after work. I could not bring myself to do absolutely anything. My relationship fell through it as a giant, big, epic fail. My health also wasn't doing very well. I spent so many thousands of dollars on trying to heal my skin because I have chronic eczema, but it has gotten so much worse because, long story short, doctors in Canada prescribed me steroids. Steroids worsened the situation. I couldn't get off steroids. And then I went cold turkey and basically started shedding skin. There was plasma oozing out of me. I would wake up, vacuum my own bed, and move on with my day. It was painful. I wouldn't wish it on the worst enemy. So a lot of things in my life were falling apart. And I just thought, well, there's really not much that I can lose at this point. Might as well leave this place because, truth be told, when I moved to Canada in 2016, I knew from the get-go this wasn't my place. It is a beautiful place. Vancouver is a gorgeous city, and it taught me appreciation for nature because I wasn't a nature person before, but it just wasn't my city, and I was extremely unhappy there, and I would always find a reason to stay because at that point it became so comfortable. I knew all the ins and outs. I had friends. I built a life in Canada for myself. So leaving that place was really hard and really scary, but at that point it was either my mental health or staying in Canada, and I chose my mental health, or try to save whatever was left of it. Basically sold everything in my apartment, said goodbye to all of my friends, left my job, and flew to my parents. My mom and dad live in Turkey and in Kazakhstan, so at first I spent some time with my mom in Turkey, and then I went to Kazakhstan, and it was great because I didn't have to worry about the rent, but I was paying rent with my mental health. I love you, mom and dad. I don't want to seem like an ungrateful daughter, which definitely sounds like it, but after you have been living on your own for almost 10 years, living back with parents and their overbearing love for you, it starts to feel suffocating, and I appreciate it. I love it. They supported me and still do to this day, but I needed time for myself. I needed time to heal. I needed time to be alone. So I set out to travel to visit my friends in Egypt, Portugal, Czech Republic. It was a good excuse to leave, and in that excuse, in the thick of that excuse, I have managed to found what is it that I actually want to do with my life. I had no expectations for this trip. I thought I'll just travel and maybe start applying for jobs again in tech afterwards. Before I left on this trip, I did spend some time on LinkedIn though, just browsing jobs. And I remember to this day vividly, I was sitting in a room in my mom's place, and on one side of the screen I had Pinterest open because I was putting together a mood board for the life of my dreams, and I was just looking at a bunch of nice colorful pictures. And on the other split screen I had LinkedIn because there was logic knocking at my window being like, you have to apply for jobs. And seeing that contrast side by side, I broke down. I just went to my mom's, tears going like this. I literally entered the room being like, Mom, I can't, I don't want this. I don't want this in my life. I want this. I want the colorful, fun life. I don't want the corporate. And my mom was extremely understanding and supportive, and still is. And I adore that woman. I don't tell that to her enough. Hi, Mom. Yes. My dad came to his terms as well. He was apprehensive of what I'm doing. I think he still is, but he's slowly getting on board. and I'm also grateful about that too. Right before I set out to travel, I opened my Instagram account and posting felt so hard. Holy! Right now, I post without a second thought. But back then, I would overthink it so much and be so scared of what people think about me. I almost had a heart attack and a panic attack at the same time when I was posting my first video. But it was the only way of doing this instead of going back to corporate. So I was just like, whatever, okay, let's go for it. And I posted for 30 days, which led me to not far, and I burned out because I chose a very unsustainable way to post. It would be a lot of videos with storytelling, and I just gotten really tired. And so when I left to travel, I stopped altogether. For 3 months, I was just doodling for myself. I was just sketching for myself and journaling for myself, and taking that pressure off of my own shoulders, taking the pressure off to be productive, to be looking for jobs, and to actually just rest and breathe has helped so much. And I know it is really hard. Like, I think we are human beings that are wired to be productive, that are wired to be logical. But everyone kept telling me, like, Cash, I think you need to give yourself time to rest and recuperate from the last year because it has taken a toll on you and your mental health. And traveling distracted me, but also managed to give me that room to breathe, to pause, to be with myself, and to really observe my thoughts. And that has helped me a lot to come to terms with the idea that, okay, I posted for 30 days. I got really tired of that. Social media still doesn't bring me much joy, but I am once again ready to get back into it because I have witnessed once more that this is the life that I want, the life of freedom, the life of travel, the life of creating small joys in life, sketching, doodling, things that are related to that, and absolutely not AI, ROI, tech bros, corporate 9 to 5 BS. After my travels have finished, I have returned to Kazakhstan, and I knew that I just cannot stay there just because I've never felt like I actually fit in that country. I'm very westernized, and Kazakhstan is very much traditional in that sense and patriarchal, so we're not gonna get into that. But I knew I needed to go somewhere, except I had that much money saved up. I didn't want to burn through my savings, so I chose a country that is quite affordable, Vietnam. And I happened to go there last year with my ex, and I really enjoyed my time there, specifically in Da Nang. It's a coastal city. It was a good excuse for me also to surf because I just adore being in the water. This is pretty much the time when I put my foot down, being like, okay, this is it. We are buying a one-way ticket to Vietnam. We will do our best every day in making this happen and treating this as a serious job, even though it is really hard. We're not backing down on our dreams anymore. We are going to do the scary thing, the terrifying thing, and fingers crossed things will work out. And if they don't, you get a really valuable lesson at the end and you learn so much along the way. And I don't regret that. It was a very scary leap of faith. I'm still burning through my savings to this day. Yes, I'm getting some income, but it is absolutely not enough to cover the luscious life that I like living. I love pastries, I love coffee, I love cafes, I love still traveling a lot. So I'm still trying to make ends meet, but there has been so much progress in the past 5 months. It has been extremely exponential. From having an account with almost 0 followers, no skills in video editing or storytelling, anything, I have grown my account to like 14,000 people. I was invited to host a trip in Morocco if all goes well. Doors started opening up, opportunities started entering my life, opportunities that I never could have imagined. So I encourage all of you to, yes, feel the fear, but do it anyways. Because at the end, it will be worth it. We are so scared of being out there, of being online and being judged by people. But why do we care about the opinions of people that we don't care about at all? Some random strangers on the street that have nothing to do with your life, nothing to do with your dreams, your personality, nothing in common whatsoever. Why do we let these random people stop us? I still have these moments when I am terrified of filming in public, but I would rather do this any day than be in a cubicle working for a random balding white Joe talking to me about AI and ROI. I am sorry, I am not doing that again. I feel you. I feel your fear. I feel your intimidation with the world of online, but I encourage you to put yourself out there, to be seen by the world, because you deserve to be seen by the world. Your thoughts deserve to be heard. Your works deserve to be witnessed. It is the love that we need, the inspiration that we need, and I have faith in you. If you do have any questions about getting started, anything really, I do coffee chats. They are donations based, and it's a safe space to talk about anything, ask questions. And if you are uncomfortable with that, you could always message me. It takes time for me to get through all of the messages, but I will do my best to get back to you. And on this note, I will go swim because it's really hot today and I sweat a lot. So much love. I will see you hopefully in the next one. Not in 2 or 3 weeks. Hopefully sooner. Bye.